Hi, my name's emily.dozois. I actually just narrated this whole video and then realized I wasn't recording, so here is take 2. Last week I talked about how to successfully complete a 365 project. This week I'm going to be talking about different projects you can do either during a 365 project or instead of one. There are 8 different projects I'm going to include in this video, and I have them organized in order from most time-consuming to least time-consuming. So first off, we have a Project 52 or a 52-week challenge. So in case you weren't aware, there are 52 weeks in a year. So this is basically the same idea as a 365 project, but instead of photographing every day, you only have to do it once a week. I personally haven't done this, but I've seen a lot of really great self-portrait 52 weeks, or Joel Robinson did a really interesting one last year where he baked a new recipe each week and then photographed the end result. For me, I think I would find it really difficult to remember each week to photograph something. I'm not having a hard time doing it every day because it's become routine for me, but I feel like with 6 days in between each photo, I would be more likely to forget or put it off. The second most time-consuming project I could think of is the 100 Days of Happy project. I've also seen a variation of a 365 called a 365 Grateful, and they both have the same idea. Every day you photograph something that makes you happy. So the first time I ever saw this project, it was by Joel Robinson, and I can't remember if it was 2015 or 2016, but in the last 100 days of the year, he photographed something every day that made him happy. And I did try to join in on this project, but I only ended up getting to 33 days. And when I was preparing for this video, I was looking back through those photos, and I really love them. It's great to see pictures of my siblings and me doing things that I love, and it just makes me feel really nostalgic and happy. It's not quite as much commitment as a 365, and honestly you don't have to do 100 days of happy. You could do 1 week or 2 weeks or however long you want to. The third project on my list is a strangers project. So I haven't actually done a strangers project, but I do photograph people that I meet when I'm traveling, which is kind of the same idea. So basically it involves just going up to people that you see and that you are inspired by and asking them if you can take a photo. If you have any anxiety about talking to new people, this is a great way to overcome it, because the worst thing that can happen is they can say no. I have a really terrible visual memory and I have a really hard time remembering what people look like, so I really love having photographs of people that I meet when I travel so I can remember them. The fourth and fifth projects on my list kind of go together. They both are called the Alphabet Project, but one involves words and one involves letters. So I did an alphabet project with words during my 365 project. I ended up getting 24 out of 26 letters, which I thought was pretty good. It was really helpful for me towards the end of that project because it gave me more structure and I was running out of ideas for self-portraits that I could take. So for my words project, what I did was I would pick a letter for the day, and then I would pick a word that started with that letter and try and create a photo that represented that word. It was more challenging than I expected. I thought it would be really easy to come up with words, but some letters were really difficult. And it helped me expand my vocabulary. I learned the word effervescence for the letter E. The second alphabet project is something that I haven't personally done, but I've seen a lot. And that involves going out in nature or, in your house and looking for objects or items that look like letters of the alphabet. So you can look at tree branches, shadows, interesting pieces of architecture, anything like that, and try and come up with all the letters of the alphabet or spell a certain word. This next one has a couple different names. I've heard it called Day in the Life, Hour by Hour, and Hourly projects. Before making this video, I hadn't done a project like this, so I decided to try it last week, and it is more difficult than I expected it to be. Basically, the rules are you have to take 1 photo for each hour of the day that you're awake. The photo doesn't have to be taken exactly on the hour, but you have to have 1 photo somewhere in each hour. I wasn't expecting this to be difficult because I am almost always taking pictures of something, but I did find that there are times in the day when I don't like to photograph because the light isn't great, and it really pushed me to photograph in light that I wasn't comfortable with and that I normally wouldn't choose to shoot in. It's also great to have a record of even the most mundane things in your life, because one day when things are different, you can look back and remember how things were at this time. This is also the day that I learned how to flip my Nifty 50 over and shoot macro images, which you should definitely try if you haven't already. The next project I'm going to be talking about is a colors project. Again, this is something I haven't personally done. I quickly shot the color green around my grandmother's house today just so I would have an example to show in this video. But if you look it up online, there are some really great, beautiful projects I've seen. The colors project involves picking a color for that day and then photographing things where that color stands out. I really love this one because you're always looking out for that color. That means you're always thinking about things you can photograph, and it's a really great way to photograph new things you wouldn't have thought of before. The next project I'm going to talk about is something that I spoke about in my last video, but in case you didn't see it, I will explain it again. This one's called the 10-step challenge. So you take your camera, take 10 steps in any direction, and then plant your feet, and you have to take a picture from that position. You can lean over, crouch down, do things to change your angle, but keep your feet planted on the floor. Once you have your picture, you can take 10 steps in any other direction and take a picture from there again. This project is really great for working on your creativity and thinking of new ways to shoot things that you've shot before. So there you have it, 8 photography projects you can try if you're bored with your photography or you just want to learn something new. So if you guys try any of these projects, please send them to me. I would love to see them. And just a heads up, I might not be able to post a video for a little while because I'm having surgery on Thursday. I dislocated my kneecap about 3 or 4 years ago, and that revealed an underlying problem with my leg. And so now I'm having surgery to repair the damage I did when I dislocated and fix the underlying problem. I'm going to be in a wheelchair for about 6 to 8 weeks after the surgery, but I'm not expecting to need that much time away. Once I'm not in pain anymore, I'll make a video talking more about the surgery and updating you guys on how it went, and hopefully I won't have anything too interesting to report. Thanks again for watching. Let me know if you have any ideas for future videos, and see you next time. Bye!
Hey, Lucy. Lucy.